Hey everyone, this is Stevie here, and today I'm just going to be looking at Thingiverse's front page and seeing what kind of things I think we could print on our Mantis 3D printer. So right now it actually looks like there's a lot of really great prints on here that could be printed really simply actually. So look at these. Anything without overhangs, make it really easy. So this is super easy to print. That looks like it would be really fun because these things they're print like cards and then you break them apart and you assemble them. They're really neat. This is the same deal, and so is this. Then, easy print Fall Guys. See, I like that in the title right there, easy print. So in here, let's see what the parts look like. Alright, so that looks good to me, where you do have a little bit of overhang here, but it looks like it's a nice slope, so it's not going to be too hard to print. And also, it prints with these fingers on the bed sheet here, and it prints at about a 45-degree angle, so it doesn't look like it would be that bad to print actually. So I think that would be a very viable print. Looks nice and easy, and it actually does say that in the title, so I like that. That looks like something we could print pretty nicely. Now let's look at this. Like this clamp here, this would print directly flat onto our build plate, and it would be nice and easy. A Nerf gun, I don't know how well that would print depending on how the parts are set up. So that's why we've got to go in here. Whoa, there are a lot of parts. Yeah, that might be a little bit more challenging to print. Not necessarily because the parts are super complex, but because there's 30 something of them. So we're not even going to consider that. So let's see, that would be an easy print. Filament Box, let's see what that's. This looks really cool. And it looks to me as if all the parts would print pretty easily on it. But I'm not entirely sure if it would fit on our build plate. But yeah, see this, there's no overhangs that you'd have to really worry about. It would print straight up, and even here, the overhang here is a 45-degree angle, it looks like. So the designer had that in mind to make it really nice and easy to print. The only thing we'd have to worry about is the dimensions. So the internal dimensions are 210 by 210 by 100. So I don't think that we would actually be able to print this because the external dimensions would be even bigger. Yeah, so if you took this and you downloaded it, you'd have to actually put it into a scaling program and scale it down by a little bit just to get it below the 200 by 200 mark. But let's keep looking. A puzzle box. Easy print, hard solution. I like that. Looks like a bunch of rectangles and stuff. That'll be easy to print. And this battery box here looks easy to print too. Each of these looks really nice and easy. What is this? So Among Us. Let's see what parts it has. So it looks like these are the several parts. All those look easy to print. 45-degree angles here. Barely any overhang here. And even so, our advanced cooler on our Mantis 3D printer can take care of that nicely. And then let's look at Just a Girl. This looks pretty simple as well, because if you look at it, oh, that's kind of creepy, but so what they did here was they supported her chin with her arm so that there's no overhang there, and it looks like they've got nice 45-degree angles primarily. So yeah, I think that could be printed. Just takes a little bit of time. Yep, that looks like a fairly easy print as well. So right now I'm seeing a lot of great things on Thingiverse's home pages. A lot of things that are very easy to print, and then this, all these things. You start to develop an intuition on what can and cannot be printed very easily. So if you look at something like this, that probably could be because everything's supported. And it's a nice thing here is they didn't really make anything just hanging. So you'll notice all these parts that go up here, they touch her hand here. And what that's doing is building up supports all the way to her hand and then holding her hand so that way it can be printed up. But I don't think that thumb there would print nicely. So I'm not entirely sure. Oh, and I did kind of overlook this. That's a straight up just a horizontal right there. That probably wouldn't print well. That would definitely just fall. So I don't think that this could be printed perfectly. It probably could print without it failing, but it wouldn't look as great as you would want it to. So this beta fish here, probably not, just because of the way that it's designed. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so you would need supports for this because there's no flat surface that could just sit on the build plate as it printed. See, they have supports here. They have tree supports, which actually I think this thing file might. Yep, it has supports. So you could print that easily because they already inserted supports for you. Rain collector, this whatever that thing is. It looks. Oh, it's these little snap thingies for like plastic parts in your car to hold on trim pieces and stuff. But yeah, all these look fairly easy to do. That right there is impossible. These, one, the legs may break off, but two, having nothing underneath that paw right there would make it very, very difficult for the print to successfully finish. Because what'll happen is it's gonna string a lot, like there's not gonna be anything there, and then it's just gonna run around and crash and rip apart. It wouldn't work. But everything else looks perfectly fine. So overall, on Thingiverse's first 2 pages, we only saw a couple things that just wouldn't be able to be printed easily. But everything else looks very nice, and it looks like designers are starting to think more about like what can 3D printers do rather than like what can we design. And that's one thing you've always got to take into consideration when you're designing something is, yeah, you can use supports, but primarily what you want to do is design around the limitations of a 3D printer, just so that way you're not wasting time and material with supports. And you can get a lot of great results without using supports. And especially with our Mantis 3D printer, we have a great fan solution that cools down parts really well. So that means that most often what you're going to do is you're going to see that you can probably print better than 45-degree angles and stuff like that. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, just let me know and I can try to clarify some things. So thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video. And hey, please like and subscribe.